How much Bitcoin do you need to become a crypto millionaire in the next 10 years? That's exactly what I want to talk about in this video, guys, because I really want you guys to have some type of wealth in the future. And of course, guys, okay, this is obviously not financial advice, okay? None of my videos is financial advice, so please always do your own research, guys, right? So, guys, I'm going to get straight to that question, right? I'm going to answer straight away, okay? I'm not going to, play around and wait for you guys to, wait for, the answer to that question. So I've been, if you guys have in fact been, watching my videos ever since I started this YouTube channel, which has pretty much almost been a year now. It's been like over 11 months, right? Close to a year. I've been telling you guys why you guys should be, buying at least one Bitcoin. I've been literally begging you guys to, buy one Bitcoin, to accumulate one Bitcoin at least, and just put it somewhere safe and just forget about it, right? Because I'm telling you this right now, this one single Bitcoin will potentially make you a millionaire. So I guess I already, answered that question. All you guys really need is one Bitcoin, just this one single Bitcoin, okay, to become a crypto millionaire in the next 10 years, at least 10 years. Okay, like I said, this is not financial advice. So yes, guys, you guys to see 2 months ago, I've been telling you guys, why you guys should at least, own one Bitcoin. Okay, just buy one Bitcoin, please. That was 5 months ago, 11 months ago. One Bitcoin will make you a millionaire. Okay, so close to a year now, right? Owning just one Bitcoin will literally be impossible by 2030, 10 months ago, right? You guys can clearly see these other videos. I've been telling you guys to just accumulate and own at least just one single Bitcoin, right? So you guys have to understand, okay, Bitcoin one day is eventually going to get to, millions of dollars, not just 1 million, but millions of dollars per Bitcoin. You guys have to understand that. And you guys may think that's crazy, right? That's literally crazy. How is it possible for Bitcoin, right, to reach millions of dollars in the future? And I'm going to talk about it in this video. And I'm going to explain why I personally believe, Bitcoin has the potential to reach, millions of dollars per Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now, okay, we know Bitcoin has in fact been dropping. It's currently at $23,000, 23.2 to be exact. And Bitcoin did in fact break this support level. Okay, so I actually broke the support level. And once it broke down, you guys see Bitcoin has in fact been consolidating, right? So Bitcoin has in fact been consolidating, moving on the sidelines for quite some time now, right? We saw Bitcoin doing that, a couple of days ago when it was in fact above, $24,000 to $25,000. You guys can clearly see Bitcoin was in fact going on the side for quite some time, right? It was in fact consolidating, and then it dropped, and now it looks like Bitcoin is going to be consolidating right here as well. Who knows for how long, right? But personally, I think Bitcoin has the potential to, bounce back up, go back up to this resistance line, which is $25,000. And once we see Bitcoin, pump up past $25,000, I think it has the potential to go back up to $30,000, which is right up here. Okay, that's just personally my opinion, right? So yes, guys, as I'm filming this video, one Bitcoin today is worth $23,000. And I've been telling us for a while now that buying one Bitcoin right now is your best chance to own at least one Bitcoin. Because let's admit it, Bitcoin is not cheap. I'm not saying to, buy one whole Bitcoin is cheap at all. It's not. It's really not, right? It's expensive, right? $23,000 is a lot of money. It's like literally buying a new car nowadays, okay? So buying one Bitcoin is not cheap, guys. But I highly suggest you guys to, have a goal. Have a personal goal of accumulating and owning one Bitcoin. When I first started investing into cryptocurrency, I've always wanted to own one full Bitcoin. And the way I got there, guys, was by dollar cost averaging, right? Which is pretty much the most popular, investing strategy when a lot of investors invest into these markets, not just crypto, but other, markets like the stock market. A lot of investors use, dollar cost average, right? DCA, which is pretty much where you just invest the same amount every week or every 2 weeks or every month. It's really up to you. Personally, I do it every week, right? You invest pretty much the same amount consistently, right? And you keep doing that over the years, and eventually that investment, right, will obviously grow over time. So with Bitcoin, obviously we know Bitcoin is a store of value. Okay, it really is. Over time, it will obviously, pump like crazy. 10 years ago, Bitcoin was literally at, a couple dollars. Not even. It was probably like a couple cents, right? But I think it was a couple dollars. Okay, 2013, right? Bitcoin was worth like a couple dollars, like below $100. And now 10 years later, it's worth, tens and thousands of dollars. We saw Bitcoin, its all-time high was in fact over $60,000. Okay, it was at like $67,000, somewhere around there, close to $70,000. So Bitcoin was worth, tens and thousands of dollars. So obviously, it's dropped a lot. It's, a great time right now to buy some Bitcoin. I've been telling us that many times, okay, because of how much it has dropped, even though, yes, it's been pumping for the past few days, but I still think personally it's a great time right now to buy some Bitcoin, right? It still is. So you guys have to understand, buying one Bitcoin now will be way easier than in the next, let's just say 3 to 5 years from now, right? Because, I really do see Bitcoin reaching, over $100,000 in the next crypto bull market, right? And we obviously know the next halving is going to happen next year in 2024. And every time we have a halving, guys, right, for Bitcoin always reaches a new all-time high. So we will in fact see Bitcoin go over $100,000. I think it's going to go over 200K, right? For sure, right? In the next like 2 to 3 years from now. That's just personally my opinion, okay? But Bitcoin has some huge potential now, and you guys understand this is literally your biggest opportunity right now to buy Bitcoin at a good price, okay? Especially if you're investing for long term. So check this out, guys. This just shows you guys by 2030, right, where Bitcoin will potentially be, right? So $150 million per Bitcoin. And I already showed you guys this chart before, but I just love this chart, right? It really just shows you guys where Bitcoin could potentially be by 2030. And that is, guys, less than 7 years from now, okay? If Bitcoin doesn't reach, over $1 million, it could be at like $682,000 around there, okay? And if it doesn't reach that, okay, its bottom could be at $258,000. But I highly doubt Bitcoin will, in fact, be around that price. I think it's going to be at $1 million. Okay, we're going to see a $1 million Bitcoin by 2030. Okay, that's just personally my opinion, right? So you guys have to understand, every time, like I said, okay, we have a halving for Bitcoin, Bitcoin always potentially pumps up, right? So we had one in 2012, 2016, 2020, our most recent one. And our next one is going to happen next year, like I said, in 2024. Okay, and then we're going to have one in 2028. And then the next one's going to be 2032, right? So every time, guys, we have a halving, Bitcoin always potentially reaches a new all-time high, right? It really does. So that's why, guys, I'm really excited in the next 10 years, right? In the next 10 years, it's going to be 2033. So this one's going to be happening in 2032. Once this halving happens, I think Bitcoin's going to be way above $1 million, guys. And that's why, guys, I believe if you own just one Bitcoin, you could potentially become a millionaire, okay, in the next 10 years. I'm being dead serious, but this is obviously not financial advice. Always do your own research, guys. So yes, you guys can see every 4 years, a halving does in fact happen for Bitcoin. And we know that Bitcoin has a, supply limit, okay, which is 21 million Bitcoins, okay, to ever exist, no more, no less, okay, only 21 million Bitcoins. And over the years, right, over the past few years where Bitcoin, existed, which was 13 years, right, 13 years. Bitcoin has been around for 13 years. And over the years, yes, we have lost millions of Bitcoins. So realistically, we only have about, I want to say 16 to 17 million Bitcoins. And that makes it even more scarce. 21 million Bitcoins is already scarce itself. 16 to 17 million Bitcoins makes it even more scarce. Think about it, guys. Not everyone in the world can own a Bitcoin, a single coin. Not everyone in the world. You guys have to understand there's over 7 billion, close to 8 billion people that live on Earth. And there's around over 56 millionaires in the world. Not even all the millionaires can own a Bitcoin. Think about it. Bitcoin is the most scarce asset out there, and it has store of value, right? And there's a supply limit, right? Think about it, guys. Bitcoin is 100% personally. I think Bitcoin is going to be reaching millions of dollars decades from now. 100%. Mark my words on that, guys. So I'm really excited for Bitcoin, and I hope you guys are in fact excited for Bitcoin as well. And I hope, okay, I really do hope, if you guys are in fact, investing into Bitcoin, and you guys have that mindset of accumulating and owning one full Bitcoin, I hope you guys get there. And I know for a fact you guys will. Just keep dollar cost averaging, and be consistent with it, right? So I'm excited, and I hope you guys are in fact excited as well. And you guys can see for the past several years, this chart shows you guys, right, that over the years, people have in fact been holding their Bitcoins, right? You guys can clearly see that over the years, it's been, rising like crazy. And, people are in fact holding the Bitcoins because they realize where Bitcoin is heading in the future. And this is why I always tell you guys to not sell, okay? To not sell or panic sell any of your Bitcoins. Just simply hold it, okay? And just put it somewhere safe and forget about it. That's it, okay? That is simply it, because we know Bitcoin is obviously really volatile. Okay, we're going to get days where it's, pumping and dumping, but you guys understand, right? You guys can see this is pretty much the Bitcoin chart, right here. This the white line. And you guys can clearly see that Bitcoin is always going up no matter what. You guys can see the volatility. It's dipping, right? Dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, right? Like, it's always shooting up no matter what, guys. Bitcoin is always reaching a new all-time high. You guys have to understand that. Even though, yes, it's really volatile, right? For short term, but long term, it's always shooting up. Okay, we all know that. And people are in fact saying, right, and I showed you guys this before, okay, that, people are in fact saying that, Bitcoin could potentially reach $10 million, right? $10 million in the next, 10 years from now. 10 million, not 1 million, but 10 million. That's crazy, okay? That's crazy. Do I think, Bitcoin could potentially reach $10 million per coin by, 2030, right? Or, 10 years from now? Honestly, I don't. I'm going to be 100% honest. I really don't. I do, in fact, see Bitcoin reaching, over $1 million, but 10 million, I highly doubt that. But hey, you never know, right? Bitcoin could potentially, pump like crazy in the next, crypto bull markets, okay? Every time we're having halving, right, Bitcoin pumps like crazy. So different cycles, okay? We'll obviously have, bear markets and bull markets. Obviously right now we are in fact in a bear market, and that's why I've been telling you guys and begging you guys to buy into Bitcoin right now, because it's the best time to buy. So we're going to see, right, if Bitcoin could actually potentially reach $10 million, 10 years from now. And this is the thing, guys, right? No one realistically knows where Bitcoin will be heading in the future. These are all just predictions, right? Like what I'm doing right now. This is just my personal prediction, okay? But I know for a fact Bitcoin's going to be reaching $1 million, over $1 million per Bitcoin 10 years from now. So that's why, guys, I highly suggest you guys to own and accumulate one Bitcoin. Just one Bitcoin. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Okay, so that is, guys, okay, that is how much Bitcoin, okay, and how many Bitcoin you guys need to own and buy. Okay, it's simple. It's just one coin, just one simple coin. Okay, just one Bitcoin, right? And once you finally reach, and own one full Bitcoin, put it somewhere safe. Okay, put it in a hard wallet or a cold wallet and just store it somewhere safe and just forget about it, right? Don't even look at it, because I'm telling you this right now, Bitcoin is the most scarce asset out there. It will eventually reach $1 million and, of course, millions of dollars in the next few decades, okay? And I'm excited, and I hope you guys are in fact excited as well. It's all about patience here, guys. Patience, okay? Trust me. So that being said, guys, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Have a good one, guys.